Hello everyone and welcome to Sambhav Law. In today's session, we have All India Rank 59 Tarun with us, who will tell us about his story as to how he cracked the CLAT PG exam and secured such a good rank in this whole endeavor. So accordingly, Tarun, I would like you to welcome to the channel.
Hello everyone. I am Tarun. I belong to Mursal, Haryana. I did my schooling from Sonipat itself. Thereafter, I went on to pursue Bachelor's of Law and Management from GGSISU New Delhi. And I'm the first one in my family to attend the university and to even pursue law. And this was my first attempt.
For the CLAT PG exam, basically, it was the first attempt, and accordingly, Tarun, if I firstly come to your preparation side, as to how did you go about with the preparation of the whole exam? Firstly, can you tell us about that?
Sir, I followed your 1 year strategy, comprehensive, and I started my preparation from January itself of this year. And thereon, I went to divide it between minor subject and foundational subject, then judgments, and then mocks, and then finally paper.
ओके सो अच्छा तो तरुण कैन यू जस्ट एक्सप्लेन कि ये जो स्ट्रेटजी आपने बेसिकली फॉलो की थी हमारे यहाँ से जैसे जो भी थी तो उसमें एक एक करके आप डिवाइड कर सकते हैं कैसे आपने करा किस महीने में क्या रहा एक थोड़ा सा डिटेल्ड तरीके से कैन यू फिर एक्सप्लेन
First of all, I made a list of the syllabus, all of the syllabus, which was like guide of the CLAT PG, and I took on to your this comprehensive syllabus series where you explained the one point, even shortest point of any law, administrative, constitution, everything. So I made the syllabus. Then I started from my foundational constitution. I did in January and a bit of a February. Then criminal law I followed IPC, CRPC, and evidence in February and March. Thereafter, I did not know anything about jurisprudence. So I devoted a lot of time to jurisprudence after these foundational subjects, and thereafter I did all the minor subjects.
and after that Tarun, like if I talk about the sources that you used to cover these subjects what were basically those sources basically
Sir, for Constitution, I refer to J.N. Pandey, and for CRPC, I had a bit of my notes, and one of my friends gave me some judiciary notes, and I refer to books as well. And for IPC, I refer to Pillai evidence. I had EBCK latest publication, which was very good, and jurisprudence, I had Pranjape, as you told us, and for all minors act like public international law, environment law, and many more TPA. I refer to AK Jandukhi.
सो बेसिकली एक बात जैसे हम लोग की ये तुरंत हम लोग को अंडरस्टैंड होती है कि studying for the foundation subjects is important and if you look at the paper itself in these times इस बार के पेपर में आप ये देखेंगे कि जो आपके फाउंडेशनल सब्जेक्ट्स पे उन पे ज्यादा फोकस था आपके जो रीसेंट केस लॉज और बाकी जो चीजें थी उन पे थोड़ा कम फोकस था तो वंस यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग आपने केस लॉज के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से प्रिपेयर किया एंड जब आपने पेपर देखा तो चीजें यहाँ पे चेंज हुई तो व्हाट वाज योर रिएक्शन एट दैट टाइम एंड हाउ डिड यू बेसिकली री-स्ट्रेटेजाइज ड्यूरिंग द पेपर इटसेल्फ
Sir, during the paper, there was no reaction. I was just following the course. I was just reading the passages and marking the questions. Later on, when I followed your channel, that there was major changes. That constitution was less, CRPC was less, TPA was increased, commercial law was increased. So thereon, I was disappointed really that I made my whole year preparation for on the basis of exams only, on the basis of judgments only, 2024 judgments. And very less of that I focused on 22 and 23 judgments, only landmark. So I was really disappointed. It was like equally for one who has not studied and one who has not studied. It was same for that person also and for even for me because there was no judgment.
Asha, Tarun, coming to my next question, like while you were preparing for this exam, what were the things that basically in your journey, what were the things that you had to do? What were the basically efforts that you had to take while preparing for this exam?
So, sir, because I was in college as well, so I managed college plus CLAT PG study both regularly. So in my college time, as you told, I used to sit in the last bench and mark my CLAT PG mocks. And while I was at home, I used to devote about 8 to 9 hours every day, starting from 4 a.m. to 11 a.m. 11 p.m. in night. So this was my strategy to mark mocks and in college as well as in home.
I see. And accordingly, Tarun, like, was it not like कि आपके पेरेंट्स से कि तरुण आप अपना मतलब अपने क्यों अपने आप को एग्जॉस्ट कर रहे हैं, कैसे कर रहे हैं, थोड़ा सा?
Sir, because my father is no more, sir, but my mother has supported me from the throughout. She took one major step of sending me to city school when I was in fifth class against wishes of my family, so that I can learn English. This was a huge thing in 2012 when I enrolled in a city school. So she had worked as a helper in a private company since then, while paying my fees, while paying my PG expenses and everything. So I dedicate this uh, achievement to her only.
This is one thing that Tarun like will really inspire a lot of students, I think, because uh, having such conditions where आपकी फैमिली में एक पापा का वो ना होना, देन मम्मी ने आपके इतने सैक्रिफाइसेस करे आपको यहाँ तक पहुंचाने में, तो कहीं ना कहीं वो चीज, दैट थिंग बेसिकली, बिकॉज अदर स्टूडेंट्स अगर हम लोग बात करते हैं, सब लोग हम लोग इतने, भगवान ने हम लोग को वो दिया, एक अच्छा परिवार दिया, सब कुछ दिया, वो होके अगर हम वो चीज वो ना कर पाए, और आपने उस चीज के ना होते हुए भी इतने अच्छे से पढ़ाई करके यहाँ पे आप उसको करा है, दैट इज वेरी वेरी बिग। एक मतलब एक एग्जाम्पल हमको यहाँ पे बेसिकली मिलता है कि कैसे आपने उस चीज को वो करा है। ये बहुत बड़ी चीज मैं कहूंगा आपसे, सच में। And then after that also, if I talk about the paper was a bit different. So what do you say is the importance of studying the foundation subjects for the CLAT PG preparation?
Sir, the foundational subjects are like your masterpiece, core of everything. Even if you have to stay in law, you cannot ignore them. You cannot leave them anywhere. You have to just do them. And even if they are not helping you in this exam, if they are not having a equal percentage of questions in this exam, if you stay in law, they will help you anyway. So foundational subjects are like core of everything.
Yeah, core of everything, definitely. And according, Tarun, if I ask about that, once we talk about your preparation journey, so you told us that till the month of February and March, you did a lot of subjects, then you went on to the minor subject. After that, you basically followed up with mock papers. So, what do you say is the importance of practice sets, mock papers while preparing for the CLAT PG exam?
Sir, mocks are very well. They tell you your strengths and weaknesses. They tell you where do you stand. I remember the first mock I gave of Sambhav law, which was a test practice before even I bought the mocks from the Sambhav law. It was a test mock. I scored about 40 marks in that paper. And thereon to the last mock I gave, which was a recent live mock on of 30th November, I scored 87 in that. So this made me strategize on focus on subjects which were in which I was weak, and also ignore the subjects which were not very relevant.
I see. And इसमें भी like Tarun, if we talk about the fact that there are a lot of subjects that you have to focus, and then also you have to strategize as to this particular subject is important, this particular part is important. So if I talk about the mocks itself, how many mocks did you give, and how did that help you in basically strategizing this whole thing?
Yes, sir. I gave sir about 30 full length mocks, including live and otherwise, and also I gave sectional mocks as well, in which I focused only on those subjects in which I was kind of weak. I did not know anything about them, so I focused on them, which really helped me. And there were about I had divided that I will do one mock every day, and 2 3 mocks of sections in the evening every day. So this is how divided it.
And also, like if I talk about that, generally what happens is there are like the students that give the CLAT PG exam, they also have a very good base as to they are prepared for the judiciary exam before also, and they already have a very good knowledge of the foundational subjects also. So in your case, was that it, or did you study everything from scratch, or is what like in the college itself you were studying? That's why you had good knowledge about all the subjects. What was it exactly?
So in my case, I was I had a good focus in studies as well. I was ranking in 2 3 and 1 even in my college, so I had good score there as well, and I had a good idea of sense of law as well, of every subject, constitution, CRPC, etc. But for this, I started from the scratch. I did from the basic that I cannot risk because I wanted to join PSU, so I cannot risk anything. So I started from scratch. I had a fair share of idea of everything, but I started from scratch to the end for foundation.
I see. And Tarun, if I come back to the CLAT PG exam itself, so if I talk about that, if a person is now preparing for the next year, for 2026, so if you were in his shoes, what would your strategy be for preparing for this exam for 2026 itself? Like considering all the factors that the paper of 2025 has been a bit different from the 2024 paper and accordingly.
Sir, I would say this is the taste of competitive exam that you cannot base your study that this has to come or this will be going to coming in the paper. You have to prepare for everything and anything. So first start with your foundation and then move on to minor, and then you cannot ignore case laws as well as mocks.
I see. And accordingly, Tarun, if I come to my some of my final questions, firstly, that if there are students who have prepared so much for the exam and they did not succeed, what would be a message to them as to what would you say to them?
Sir, I am equally in that category because before the result, when you called, I was surprised that I got this rank because I was disappointed that paper was not according to my strategy. So, but even the marks came in and I got in. I was searching after before the result. I was searching for other and sources that where do I have to do my LLM. So, LLM is a part of life, and even I did my LLB from IP. That did not stop me from scoring this rank. So I would say there are other few options. If you want to take a drop, you have the strategy and you have the guts to take a drop. Then take a drop and appear again. Otherwise, you can pursue LLM from other very good institutes as well.
Yeah, that is true. And accordingly, Tarun, like being a part of Sambhav law, like you basically were a student of us. So, like, what do you think would be our, effort, or would be our, part in your basically success? What would you say about that?
Sir, I would say that Sambhavlo has given me the way because I was very beloved about the judgments, recent judgments. Then there was this 5 year bundle of judgments that you have given. That was very good. And there were cases from 2022 and 3 which helped me. I read those only. I did not make my own. And also mocks have really helped me, and also especially live mocks, which were I was very curious about them every time they came, and I was very happy to appear for them and see my score.
I see. Thank you very much, Tarun, for that. And according to Tarun, I think that whatever things you have shared today in this interview, I think that this particular session would really be very helpful to all the students who are, preparing for the exam of CLAT PG and accordingly trying to give it in the next year as well. So thank you very much for your time, and accordingly, I wish you the very best of luck for your future success also. Thank you very much.